You guys bought the UFC for $2 million, right?
Yes, the acquisition price was $2 million.
Can you characterize the growth since you acquired it in 2001?
Well, when we bought the company in 2001, it was a business that was almost bankrupt. It was literally going out of business. But we saw an opportunity. I had grown up a big boxing fan in Las Vegas, and I had seen that that sport had generated billions of dollars over the last 100 years, yet there was no brand associated with boxing. So we felt like there was a void in combat sports, and at least with the UFC, while it was controversial in 2001, the fact is that it was a brand, there was organization around it, and we felt like that when we acquired it, that if we put in the right rules and regulations, really ran towards regulation, helped to create a sport, and really focus on building the brand, that we could create an opportunity for business, and that's essentially what we've done.
You've called this year, 2015, the best year in the UFC's history. But it's easy to say that when you don't have to, give people hard numbers and revenue reports. So can you give us any kind of clarity and, how much money are you guys actually making here?
Well, we don't, because we're a private company, we don't get into profitability, but we'll generate about $600 million in revenue for the year 2015, which is a record for the company, and it's fairly significant growth coming off of 2014. The exciting part of the platform that we've built is that we've been able to embrace really different tiers of revenue. So we have our basic pay-per-view business, which our premium championship fights sit on pay-per-view.
And is that your biggest source of revenue?
That is our biggest source of revenue. Then we have our media rights, which is really similar to the rights that we sell to Fox for all the programming that we give them.
And that's like a $700 million deal.
Well, over a certain
race.
amount of years, so it's not every year. And plus, we have to pay to produce all the events, and we do all of our own production, and we have all of the overhead, so it's not quite what people may think.
It doesn't just go right in your pocket, of course.
And then we have embraced the over-the-top platforms, where we launched UFC Fight Pass, which is a subscription service, $9.99 a month, where you can access the entire UFC library. And then we also put exclusive live UFC events from around the world on that format, as well as original programming. So really have those three sources of revenue to generate, three ways to monetize our content.
Many have been critical that fighters aren't getting a big enough piece of the pie here. In your opinion, how much is enough to get kicked in the face?
Well, look, at the end of the day, it's an absolute open market. There's multiple bidders in the marketplace. In fact, our number one competitor is Bellator, which is owned by Viacom, which have significantly more resources than we do, even though we're the kind of the leading brand in this space. The fact of the matter is our top athletes are making multi-millions of dollars. And what is happening is, as the sport grows and compensation goes up as revenue goes up, you're starting to see that the guys and girls at the top are commanding a larger share of that pie. And I think you see that in just about every sport and every business. It's the athletes that make a difference that people want to pay for. They're commanding the big dollars.